All right, Pisceans, welcome into your monthly intuitive tarot reading. This is for the month of June, and we are going to tap into the collective of Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node Pisceans. You could also be a cross watcher. So basically, I ask to get some guidance, information that can help Pisceans in their healing, in their integration, help them create more ease and grace in their life, and also how to either maintain or get on your highest timeline, okay? So your highest timeline is basically your highest potential, I guess, physical experience that's going to align you with what your soul is, basically aligns with your soul, which means it's going to be the most fulfilling experience. It's going to bring the most integration and healing. It's going to bring expansion. It's going to bring all the things, right? Abundance, alignment, love, soul tribe, happiness, peace. So definitely if you're like, I don't have any of those in my life, I'm not experiencing that, then you're probably on a lower timeline. And when we're on our lowest timeline, it is because, for one, we have a lot of blocks from our mind, from our beliefs, from our soul, right? That we're making decisions that basically are being fueled or motivated by our traumas, by our belief systems that are not supportive of our highest timeline. So for example, if you have a belief system that says, oh, you know, I'm not good enough. Okay, that's a very general one, but I'm not good enough. But that's a really common one for the collective, right? A really root base of I'm not good enough. Another one could be no one likes me. Or at a core, if everyone, I don't like to be seen. I don't like to be seen because if I'm seen, people would see the true me, which you have a belief that the true me is bad and the true me is ugly and people would hate me and people would see how horrible I am. And that's very common. Okay, that's people think like, whoa, that's hardcore. But honestly, if you really break down the layers of your beliefs and your truths, when you get down to the root, your core root is something like that. And it is pretty alarming or shocking, but that is the truth to your belief. And it's created because of your experience. It is created because of how people treated you, or what even your parents' belief systems, or the environment you were in, right? You could feel shame if you grew up in a religious family, a religious environment. At the root, you could be very ashamed of yourself. You could be ashamed of your natural desires, right? Or sexuality. You could be ashamed of sexuality or sex in general, which is blocking you from experiencing happy, healthy, fulfilling desires, not just sexual, but just in general, from really connecting to your true desires, which means you're not living your highest timeline. You're not living a life that fulfills your desires in any area of your life, okay? So that's kind of explaining a little bit about a lower timeline, or all the different timelines, and trying to get to your highest timeline, right? But to get there from a low timeline to a high timeline, you have to work and break through those belief systems that are blocking you. Also, along the way, you might have relationships that are not aligned to your highest timeline. You could be in careers or jobs. You could be living in a location that's not aligned to your highest timeline. You could have friendships, family members even, right? So Pisces, there seems to be a theme here for you in June about timelines and what's blocking you from your timelines, and starting to like see, even deciphering, am I on a lower timeline? How am I feeling? You know, am I fulfilled in this life? Do I feel blocked? Am I able to express myself creatively, honestly? And am I doing things that really bring me passion and joy? So let's tap in and see Pisces, if you're interested in a private reading with me, you can book on my website, which is linked below. Also, take a look at my other, I guess, offerings. I am a metaphysical author, so I have 2 books that really, at the root, are about creating your heaven on earth. So go check those out. They are linked below. There's book 1 and 2. I have my metaphysical tools, which are basically stone jewelry that I work with energetically, and I hand make them. And they are for energetic use, right? To help and support you. Okay, Pisces, let's tap in. This is also, we're changing of the seasons this month in June. So we have the summer equinox in the northern hemisphere and the winter in the south. Some information I'm getting is this is a very pivotal, important one. So you should be celebrating using the energies on that solstice day. So definitely do that as we go towards the end of June. And let's go ahead and see what comes out for Oracle. We have the Owl, which is the Vigilance card, and the Dragon, which is the Power. And that's 11 card. So Owl also represents wisdom, right? So I feel like, and in this card, the owl is flying, and I feel like there's something about viewing things from a higher perspective, getting higher up, not being so, I think in your life, if there's a situation, I think you're too enmeshed in the weeds in this, and you're not seeing something. And I also think you're not seeing the level of power you have. And it's almost like in this card, look at this, figure is asleep, but there's this dragon energy that's behind her. And I feel like there's something that you're unconscious to. So you're very unconscious to the power that you hold right now. And this is a very energetic, a strong energetic time for you to utilize this energy and use it to power your life right now, Pisces. And I'm going to read, I feel like reading this owl card for you, this vigilance. So let's see. So the owl, listen carefully, concentrate, do not become distracted, sit deeply with any decisions needing to be made. Yeah, stay focused, scan the landscape, your world for opportunities that you may not be seeing at first glance, just what I said. And wait, observe, do not rush. So you may be sitting on some potential changes you want to make, some decisions in your life. And I guess this card is basically saying like, and that's where you need to see things from a different perspective, because I feel like if you're making them based on being in the weeds and in the mix, it could be emotionally, mentally. I think you need to see things differently to really make sure, right? We talked about timelines and getting on your highest timeline. So this is about what is your intention here? So if you want to get on your highest timeline, you need to disengage emotionally, mentally, and see things clearly, because our emotions and our mental body can get too distorted if we're too in the mix, and also our belief systems, right? Or any codependencies there. All right. And let's pick two more here. So you have the Water Sprite, Guardian, and Fire Spirit energy. Wow. So there's a lot of powerful energy here. Power, energies, fire, right? And this is you harnessing that. And fire energy is our passions, our creativity, our inspiration, right? This is energy we're receiving from the divine and channeling it and using it to create, whether it's create something physically with our hands, create a business, even just create and manifest, right? Magnetizing things we want in our life, putting the energy out there to get something back that is equitable, that is supportive, that brings in ease and peace, right? All the things. All right, Pisces, let's move to the tarot. I am using the John Holland Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. And this one just flew out. This is considered an oracle deck, but I use it because they all kind of represent or aligned with a tarot card as well. So they're kind of a combination. And I'm going to be doing a different tarot spread today. So I'm going to lay out the cards. I'll call them out as I lay them down, but then I'll talk to them at the end. So we have conflict and defeat, prosperity begins, victory and success. I feel like this one wanted to come out. Triumph, which is the Chariot card. Solar plexus, and we have choose wisely. They're also talking about making a choice or decision. So the first card out here, this is your current situation where you are now. This is conflict and defeat. So this, and I'm just going to take a quick look here. This is, okay, so this is the Five of Swords. So yes, I think in the moment, there is a situation where you feel a bit, you're conflicted about definitely, and you're feeling defeated. Like you're kind of at a place with a situation where you're like, I don't feel like I can do anything more. And it's kind of proving to be something that's not working out. I think you're very conflicted about what to do in this situation. And that's where I think, too, it goes back to this vigilance card and the choose wisely is like, I think there's a point where you realize like you're going to have to make a change or make a decision. And it's like, how do I approach it? How do I do it? Where do I go from here? And I think in June, by the end of the month, I think if you follow this vigilance, if you try and see things from a different perspective, take the emotions out of it, take the fear out of it, what would you do? Okay? Your current situation. This card up here is your challenge area. What's an area of challenge or potential challenge in June? And this is really the Ace of Pentacles here. So there's definitely a financial or material challenge for you that potentially is due to this situation that you feel defeated or conflicted about. I think you are looking for more abundance and how to create more abundance in your life. There could be some sort of challenge in regards to getting out of a situation here, but that's what's showing up as the potential challenge here as we move through June. What you don't see coming here, though, is the victory and success card. So ultimately, this is saying everything's going to work out. Okay, so if there's a concern about money or finances, I think you need to approach this very objectively. Okay, don't make decisions, especially when it comes to finances, because of your emotions, because you're too emotional, or don't get manipulated by other people. I think you really need to see things as black and white is kind of what I'm getting here. But you are going to overcome this, and you're going to find some new success, because this situation, I think, was dragging you down, or just, I mean, obviously it's not working out. So life is just showing you like there's a different path that's going to be better for you. And then the action you need to take is the Chariot. So I think you do need to move forward here. Whether, even if you're unsure, I think it's even just taking the first step, but you need to, you can't stay stuck in this situation here. I think you need to move forward, and I think you just need to follow your greatest passion here. Follow where your soul is calling you to go. And that's where this Chariot card is coming out. And I think once you start making these small movements towards a new path, a new direction, or where you really want to go, things are going to speed up, and that's where things are going to just, the divine is going to make things work out, and just they're going to help you make this easier. And then the near future here is this choose wisely card. So I think in the near future, you're going to have to make a decision here, and you're going to have to, again, you have to move. So the action is movement, is moving in a direction, and you're going to be asked to do that. So, and again, if you're looking for advice here, you need to move towards what your soul is calling you to do. So if your soul you've been yearning to do something, or yearning to go towards a new path, or yearning to end something because you want to do something different, follow that. Follow your greatest bliss. Follow your passions in the moment. Even if it's I talk about this all the time. It's the little inklings, even in the day-to-day, that make very big, important changes for you. So it's not that most of the time humans are conditioned to believe to make big change in their life, they have to make big movements. They have to make big decisions. They have to, create big things, or I got to create this giant business and it's going to take me years and years because ultimately I want to become wealthy. It's the littlest things where you can just follow your inklings can all of a sudden lead you to the right person at the right time that's going to completely change your life. And the ultimate guidance for you, Pisces, is the solar plexus chakra card. So I do feel like there is a focus here on the solar plexus, and I'm actually going to read that card. Let me find it. Okay. So this also represents fire energy. So there is a lot of fire energy for you. So I do feel like you're feeling a lot of passion. You're wanting to take action in June. And it's located, so the solar plexus, right, it's kind of between the navel and the ribs. So it's kind of right in that spot underneath your kind of breast, kind of rib cage area. It represents power, vitality, willpower, self-esteem, and confidence. The energy center where your emotions and feelings are recorded. This is associated with clairsentience, inner feeling, which is also a major psychic area. So to balance this, work on movement, breath work, and also being aware of people that drain your energy, because it'll affect your solar plexus chakra. So there is a focus here on really being activated in your confidence, in your action-oriented kind of pursuits. It's also about willpower, self-esteem. So finding the self-esteem also to make new decisions and to make new move in new directions. Okay? And I did forget to talk about this guardian. But I just feel like the water sprite here, guardian, there is a lot of energy supportive right now of you. You have a lot of divine energy guarding you. I also feel like you're kind of in this, like, things are safe, right? So there's a challenge here, a concern about money or finances. But I feel like you are safe to make some decisions here or take some risks. And this victory and success, things are going to work out. All right, Pisces, let me see. Let me just get one for this conflict and defeat. One clarifier. Patience and planning. 7 of Pentacles as well. So, yes, I feel like with this conflict and defeat card, I think that you're feeling like I need to figure this out and plan. Like, what's my plan of attack here? If I walk away from this or make a change, like, I need to be strategic. I kind of feel like you're thinking. You could have also invested a lot of time and money into something, or emotional energy here. But I think you've realized, like, okay, this isn't equitable for me anymore. I'm not willing to continue to put time and energy and money and my emotions into something that just continues to drain me. And it's not helping me expand, or build more success. And definitely there's this focus here on prosperity and kind of your physical life, building a foundation or stabilizing somewhere. Where do you want to grow roots? You want something that's stable, that's strong. And I just feel like you want to grow, like you want to expand, and this, whatever the situation is holding you back. And then one for choose wisely. Let's just, trapped in fear. Oh, yeah. Oh, and this one just fell out. So this is the awareness card. Trapped in fear, 8 of Swords. So you do feel stuck. And I feel like you haven't been making a decision. You've been kind of sitting on the dock just waiting, because I feel like there's a lot of fear holding you back. Someone could be manipulating you and making you, putting more fear into you. But I feel like you're stuck in your own mind, and you're coming up with excuses of why you can't do something. You're thinking of the worst case scenario here, potentially. But I feel like this is what's been holding you back from making a choice and going in a new direction. But in June, this is something that you need to kind of work through. And that is definitely your challenge here. And this is the Magician card. So you have a lot of cards that are just confirming you have the power. You have the power. You have the tools. You have the skills. You have what you need to make a decision here. And you're more powerful than you know. So you hold the reins here. You're the leader here of your own life. And I feel like, again, these are belief systems, or these are fears that aren't true, right? And you're kind of stuck in circles here in your head. So you need to get out of your head, and you need to get in your soul, right? Your power. That is the source of your power, is your true self, is your authenticity, is your dreams, is your desires. And that's where you're going to find your power. But I do feel like you are the magician this month. So how are you going to use the energy here? And if you're trying to pull a rabbit out of a hat, this is the month to do it. Okay. So Pisces, I'm going to leave you with that. I hope this helps you. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave. It is free. It takes a second, and it greatly helps me. And it's being of service to the collective. And yeah, I will see you in the next reading. Bye for now, Pisces.